me see. YouTube seems to be going. Okay, Instagram is okay. Facebook is okay. All right, I think we're good. Maybe before we officially hit 4, let me double check. Okay, Insta seems to be working. Excellent. YouTube is good. Okay. Okay, and we just rolled the 4, so let's start Facebook and make sure that goes. Okay, so we're good everywhere. All right, so now let me adjust my screens. One moment. I feel like the wizard. Pay no attention to that person behind the screen. I think it's behind the curtain, but you get what I mean. All right, it's a little gloomy where I am today. It actually, yeah, it's gloomy. We've had some rain off and on. It's just one of those gloomy spring days that we need to get to the pretty summer days and have all the flowers and all that stuff. So it's necessary, but I wanted something a little bright and cheery. So I went with bright ears. And the bell on these is just not the way I want it to be, but I don't know that it's ever going to be. Okay, so we're not really celebrating the 40th at Epcot, but I wanted something bright today, and ears are always good. Okay. All right, so let's see what we've got this week. I'm going to start with cruises, which I don't usually do. I've seen the cruise lines the past couple weeks do weekend only deals. Sometimes it's a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Sometimes it's Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Sometimes Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But I've seen it for the past couple weeks. So if there's a cruise line you like, I know cruises are kind of, people have that one cruise line they really like, and generally that's who they stick with. So if that's you have your cruise line you love and you want to catch a cruise on there, let me know because I can watch for sales for the destinations you have in mind or the dates or any of those specifics you have. But there are deals for lots and lots of cruises right now. So if you have a favorite one, if you don't have a favorite one, reach out to me, let me know what you have in mind, and we will figure out which one you should try first. Virgin Voyages are adults only. So are the Viking cruises, the river cruises, the ocean cruises, and the expedition cruises. Disney, of course, is full of special magic. Princess has a lot of really cool things, a lot of newer ships. And then there's the one of the other pioneers, of course, Carnival. So if any of those are on your list, let me know and we'll find you something because I know there's something out there for everybody. I can't tell you because what you want, what I want, what somebody else wants are all going to be different. But if you want a cruise, reach out to me because I can definitely help you and we can definitely either find you the cruise line to pick for your first trip or I can help you with deals from whatever cruise line you are used to traveling. I know it's kind of like, I go to Disney every year. I get it. You know what to expect. You know you're going to enjoy it. It definitely cuts down on some of the travel anxiety. So I get it. There's no judgment here. I just want you to have the best trip you can have. That's my goal. Okay, so let's look at some of our stuff. There were some Disney deals that dropped this week. So I'm going to start with them. Free Disney dining plan when you purchase a 4-night, 4-day, non-discounted package that includes a room at a Disney resort and a park hopper ticket. Sorry, I went into teacher mode with that. I do that with my reading kids all week doing syllables. Sorry, it happens. I apparently crossed the streams there. Sorry. Okay, so okay, these free dining plan packages are available most nights, June 29th to September 30th, October 20th to November 1st, and December 6th to December 22nd. There's also a specially priced 3-day, 3-park ticket. Now, it is 3 parks, not 4. Magic Kingdom is not included. So it's Animal Kingdom, Hollywood Studios, and Epcot. And you get 1 day in each park. You get one Epcot day, one Hollywood Studios day, and one Animal Kingdom day. You can't buy this ticket and go to Epcot all 3 days, or go to Epcot and Hollywood and then just not do Animal Kingdom. Nope, it's 1 day in each reservation to it and make it a package. It is date based. These tickets will start being usable on April 6th, which is next week, believe it or not. And the last day to use them will be September 22nd, 2025. Tickets must be used within 5 days of the start date. So that means if your start date is September 25th, which it wouldn't be, I guess August 25th, since we should stay within the date range, then you could use it anywhere between the 25th and the 30th. Tickets may not be used to enter the same theme park more than once. Okay, there are, I believe, some upgrades you can do with these. Oh, no, it's not those. It's our last ticket deal, which is the kids' tickets. Families can save on summer fun, save 50% on kids' tickets, 3-day or longer theme park tickets. Start date is May 27th, and it'll run through September 20th. And you can add a room and create it as a package, and the ticket discounts will be reflected in your final package price. And these tickets you can upgrade. You can add park hoppers, you can add water park and sports, or you can do Park Hopper Plus, which is both. So basically, if you really spend a lot of time in the parks, you might want to upgrade to the Hopper. If you're looking for some things to do outside the parks, you can do the water park and the sports option. The sports option gives you golf course or mini golf course in addition to water park time. And you get a water park admission and a golf of some sort every day of your ticket. And then Park Hopper Plus gives you multiple theme parks on the same day, certain number of visits to a water park, golf course, or miniature golf course based on the length of your ticket. I'm just reading the fine print to make sure there's nothing in here I should point out to you guys. Theme park reservations are not required with these. If you're doing a room and ticket package, everyone in the package must purchase a ticket. The discount will only apply to the kids' tickets, and it will be included in the whole package price. Okay. Okay, I'm just scrolling through the fine print here, which I should have done before this, but foot golf is available every Tuesday, Wednesday, Saturday, and Sunday after 2:30 p.m. Is that like hacky sack? I know what frisbee golf is and I know what ultimate frisbee are because my son does ultimate frisbee. Tea time. Okay. All right. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. Okay. The other thing we have in Disney that's coming back this year is H2O Glow for the water parks. H2O Glow After Hours at Disney's Typhoon Lagoon will go on sale next week. These family-friendly events take place on select nights throughout the summer from May 23rd to September 13th. I have not been to one of these, but I have had friends that have gone. It looks absolutely awesome. You get characters, you get neon, you get to do the water park at night. It's just a whole lot of experiences you don't usually get rolled into one. So yes, it's on my bucket list. I don't think I'm going to get there this summer, but maybe next summer. And I'm not a super water park person, to be honest. I like the pools at the resorts, but I'm happy with that. I don't usually feel the need for a water park ticket, although my son adores the water parks. I guess I should be glad that I take him in December when the water parks are Questionable depending on the temperature. And this year that, when we went in 2024, it was the first time in 3 years that the temperatures were even warm enough to consider possibly doing a water park. And then usually, because it's December, there's only one open. So, but I do think if you can do glow with the H2O after hour glow party, go for it. I've heard fabulous things about it. And it's one of those unique experiences that, because it's separately ticketed, there's a limited number of tickets, and it really does make for a really cool experience. Okay, so we've talked Disney World, we've talked cruises. Um, you are probably coming in hot on spring break. My reading students have spring break at the end of the spring break cycle. They have the last week. They get their break right before Easter, um, and they're about 2 weeks out. So we are in the thick of spring break season, which means that summer vacation is not far around the corner. And there's so much summer fun stuff that happens. There's graduations. There are, the big family breaks that you can take because everybody's off and you don't have to worry about your dates lining up and all that stuff. Um, and then there are, of course, there's always the number of years that we have to celebrate: 21, 17 or 18, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, and on up. And then there are those generational family trips that really, really do give you memories that last you a lifetime. Um, I can remember being middle school, early high school, and doing those family trips with my grandparents. We didn't travel to Disney. We just went to, the local beach resort for a week, and even though it was, that's all it was. It wasn't really a destination per se. I still have such great memories. My grandparents would rent the biggest place they could find in their budget. A couple of years we had a townhouse. I think 2 or 3 times we had a townhouse. Um, and if you had a couple days, if you could get a day, couple days, you just showed up. We never really knew who was coming and who was going, other than whoever we were traveling with, and usually we went out to dinner 3 or 4 times during the week. We cooked at home a couple times during the week. Every day there was somebody running to the grocery store for something. Um, and there were always people. One year my aunt forgot her beach chair and she went to like seven different shops looking for one she liked and couldn't find one. There was a year my mom got really severely sunburned and we kept having to run to Rite Aid and those kind of places to get her more stuff for her sunburn. A couple of years I got really sunburned. If you haven't been with me for a while, you don't know yet that if I'm not careful, I look like Sebastian the Crab very quickly. Um, so those kind of memories, they really do last a lifetime. I mean, I don't know why I always get itchy and sneezy. I don't know, maybe instead of stage fright, I get itches and coughs and sneezes. Um, but I mean, it's been a good 30 plus years for me, and some of those memories are as vivid as if they happened yesterday. I can remember going out past the breakers one year. I only did it one year because I got tired of being out there, and then it was a long way back to shore. I'm not really I like the beach. I like the sunset. I like the sunrise. I like to see a lot of times in the afternoon you can see dolphins. I love seeing the dolphins, but I don't really like the water, especially as I've gotten older. The undertow seems like it's gotten stronger. I don't know if it really has or if it's me, but I'm happier in the pool. But I love the ocean at sunrise and sunset. I love collecting shells. I love running along. Well, I don't run anywhere anymore, but I love walking along the edge of the water, where you can get your feet splashed, but you're really not subjected to the undertow so much. My mother gave me my love of the beach, and I think I will always have it. But if I really want to get wet, if I really want to stay cool, if I really want to be in the water, then I'm going to go to the pool. Just my 2 cents. Um, so let's talk. Okay, so let's say you want to do a family beach trip this year. You could do Outer Banks. You could do Olive Palms in Charleston. You could do Myrtle Beach. There are all those beautiful Florida beaches, especially in the Keys. You could do Hawaii. I know I said last week I quoted somebody Hawaii. I did. I didn't send her quote till like 10 o'clock last Friday night, but I quoted her. I reached out to make sure she got everything. I haven't heard back yet, but she's got a lot of people going with her, and it's a really big decision, so it almost would have been scary for her to book with me last week. I know it's going to take them some time. So, there's lots of stuff out there. You could also visit a new big city. You could do a Big Apple highlights tour. Go to the World Trade Center Museum and the Freedom Tower and see a Broadway show and go to the Empire State Building and walk along Fifth Avenue and go to Times Square. Maybe go to Ellen's Stardust Diner when you're going to on your Broadway night. There are, and you can do that in any city. You can go to Denver and do all the factory tours. You can go to Hammond's Candy and you can go to Celestial Seasonings. You can tour the baseball stadium and the football stadium. There's so much you can do in a city, in a new place. So if a new place is on your bucket list, let me know and we will find a new place for you. What works for me and what works for you are probably totally different, but that's okay. When you travel, there's no right or wrong answer. There's just what's best for you. So I'm going to leave you with that. I'm going to tell you to have a good week and that I will see you next Friday. And thank you for watching. I'll see you next week. And of course, if you need me in the meantime, comment on a post, reach out to me through Facebook or Instagram or YouTube or Pinterest. And I will see you soon. Bye.